So I'm going to prime my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And I want to go with a full coverage look today, so I'm going to do color correcting. I just haven't lately because I haven't really needed it, but I need it. So I'm taking the Wet n Wild Coverall Correcting Palette. And I'm going to take green. And just lightly put it on any red areas. Now I'm going to take the NYX Dark Circle Corrector, and I'm going to do my under eyes. And my eyelids. And then just to kick up my coverage today, I am going to do some light concealing under my foundation. And I don't usually do that, but I kind of just want to test it out to see if I get a more full coverage look out of it. And I'm also going to be concealing over my foundation. So I'm taking this e.l.f. Duo Concealer Highlighter. It's in light. I'm going to take this sponge again and just blend it in. And I just focus the concealer on the spots that need concealed. Dark circles, blemishes. Maybe if you have some hyperpigmentation. Now I'm going to go in with my Born This Way foundation in Ivory. I'm going to take my toothbrush. These things need a better name. I don't like calling them toothbrush makeup brushes. And make sure you always blend down your neck. This avoids any lines. You can even go swipe it a little bit on your ear. I know that sounds weird, but I don't know. If you can tell the difference between here and your neck on the foundation, why wouldn't you tell the difference between here and your ear? So it just gives you that much more of a blended, even look. Okay. So now I'm going to take my bigger sponge and just blend it out a little bit more and set it more into my skin. This makes a huge difference to me with putting on foundation and concealer, is having a damp sponge. And it's the Real Technique sponge. They work amazing. I've never owned a beauty blender, and I don't feel the need to, because these sponges work amazing and they're cheaper. So okay, I'm putting on more foundation because, like I said, I want more of a full coverage today. And it's better to build. I mean, with anything, with foundation, with concealer, with eyeshadow. It's better to start small and then build more product, as opposed to starting it heavy and then not liking it. This way you have way more control over your application. Okay, going back in with my sponge. I got a new lamp, and I'm not sure I like the light bulbs. I'll probably make my decision on getting different ones after I edit this video. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, so now I'm going to conceal again. But this time I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal, and it is in Classic Ivory. And I actually love this tone because it has a peachy undertone, so it really helps cover my dark circles. Okay, I'm going to take my little sponge again and just blend this out. Now I'm going to take my Ben Nye Luxury Powder, and this is in the color 30 Cameo, in my large sponge, and I'm going to dip it in there like this and pat it where I just concealed. Setting your foundation and concealer, it makes a big difference and helps the product to not settle into your creases. Okay, so I have excess powder right now sitting on my face, and I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to contour. So I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Toast. Now, even though I have used this quite a few times now to conceal, it still kind of freaks me out every time. Like I'm going to like horribly screw it up, and it's going to be awful because it's dark and it's kind of scary. You know, it's different than just using a powder to contour. So I find my cheekbone, and that's where I'm basing it off of, because that's what I want to contour on my face. And now I'm going to take this little Real Technique sponge, and it has this cool little shape right here. And I'm going to use this top flat part right here. And I'm just going to start blending it. And when you're blending your contour, make sure you're going up and not down. Because if you go down, then it defeats the purpose of the contour. Now I'm going to take it and add some depth to my forehead. And then you can even put some here on your jawline. Just make sure you blend it out. Now that's as crazy as I'm going to go with contour. You can do your nose. I've done my nose before, but it's not like a must for me. So lately I've been using my Lunatic Cosmetics contour palette again. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to use this shade right here. I can't remember. Oh, it's a medium cool, so it's a cool tone. I'm just going to go over where I contoured with the cream. Once again, it's like setting it. And I like to mix warm and cool tones. I'm able to get away with using both. Okay, I'm going to take this fluffy brush and I'm going to wipe away the excess powder. And also use it to bring anything that's left over and on my brush down to my neck. Now to highlight my under eyes even more, I'm going to take this yellow pale color and dab it under my eyes. And go down the bridge of my nose, forehead, and chin, and then right under the contour, which just makes it more of a defined contour. Now we can go in with blush. And I'm probably going to use my favorite blush that's in here, which is beige pink. You can't really see it, but and remember, wherever you put your brush first, that's where the color is going to be the most concentrated. So keep that in mind. So like when I go to put my blush on, I kind of do it like almost to the top, but not quite, and then I blend it out. Like I wouldn't want to put it like first right here, because then that's where all of the product and color is going to be. And you don't have to go as heavy with your blush, obviously. I like to. I'm just going to take a little bit of the Ben Nye powder. I feel like I needed more. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Ebony, and I'm going to do my eyebrows. And eyebrows are time consuming. So you need to be patient, especially if you're just starting out doing them. And it just takes practice. Also just getting used to like your eyebrows having color on them and then being bolder. I remember the first few times I tried to put product on my eyebrows, and I felt like Bert walking around with these. It's like, why are my eyebrows so noticeable? I didn't like it. I wasn't comfortable with it, but I eventually did, and now I love how they look when they're defined. Okay, to touch up my eyebrows, I'm going to go in with a little bit of my foundation and this angled or pointed tip brush. I'm just patting out the foundation gently. And I'm just gonna define anywhere that I want to. Okay, now we're gonna move on to eyes. I'm gonna go back in with this e.l.f. concealer, and I'm gonna use And I'm going to use that as my primer for my eyes. I do have like an Urban Decay or Too Faced primer, like eyeshadow primer, but they tend to make my eyes kind of itch. Like it doesn't really feel good. I don't know why. I guess I'm weird. But this works just as well for me. So blend that out, and then I'm going to go in with my new favorite palette, the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. And I'm going to take this very light shade. It's called Bay. I hate saying that. Why does it have to be called that? I'm just going to say Babe. It's called Babe. There, that makes me feel better. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it all over my lid. And by this, it is going to, one, set the concealer that's on my eye. And you would do this too if you're using like a regular eyeshadow primer. And two, it's going to help all the layers that I'm going to put on top of it to blend out. And by putting a color, so I pretty much just find a color that matches my skin. So it gives me a nice even tone palette. I'm gonna go slight peachy. So I'm going with this tone called Shy. It's not a dramatic color at all. I'm going to take this fluffy brush and I'm going to go in the crease. Every time you put your brush into the eyeshadow, it's good to tap it off, like so. So I'm going to put it in the shadow, and then tap it off. And then once again, put your brush where you want more of the concentrated color. So I want it more on the outside, so I'm going to put my brush there and then start blending out. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with a deeper color. I'm going to go in with Bossy, which has a red tone to it. It's like dark burgundy. And I'm going to go over where I put Shy. To deepen it. And since I want to keep kind of like this cut crease appearance where it's not really getting on my lid, I am taking this brush is kind of a flat brush, but it's gotten really fluffy. So I'm going to hold it like this and keep the edge where that line is and just blend back and forth. Eyeshadow is all about blending. And at first it might seem like really excessive or like, oh, it's not working out. There's a chance that you probably just need to keep blending it and it'll be fine. I just wiped this brush off on my towel really quick. And I'm just gonna now like, kind of like diffuse the edges of it. So with no product on it. Okay. Even when I try to make like more of a halo eye, it still turns into kind of like a cat eye. I'm gonna try more lighting and see if it helps. Okay, I think that's better. So I apologize that previously this light wasn't on. Okay, so you can keep it here. I think I'm gonna keep it right there because the look that I'm going for isn't too dramatic. You can even go as, you can like take a darker shade. You can go really bold and take like black if you're comfortable with it, and just like lightly put it in the outer corner and just blend the crap out of it. Or you can go in with, like if I was going to, I would go in with a brown. It's not necessarily that much darker than Bossy was, but it's a different tone and it could add just a little bit more depth to it. So now what I'm going to do is add a shimmer to my lid. So I'm just going to go, well first I'm going to go in with Moon Dust from the palette. Sorry, you can't really tell the swatch. I'm going to take this flattish brush and put that on my lid. I'm going to swipe it back and forth, like right in the crease, and that just blends it, make sure it meshes together really well, where I was putting the, blending the other colors out. Then it's a nice transition, instead of just like this weird line, which you can do that where it's a very defined line for the cut crease, but that's not what I'm doing today, so that's that. So, but I want to go in and add a little bit more pop of color, or shimmer, and I'm going to go in with the ColourPop fringe. Focus. Okay, so I'm going to use it with my finger because these work better with your finger. My dog is dreaming, so if you hear her, she's dreaming. I'm also going to pop this in my inner corner. So now that that's done and I have my shimmer color in, I'm actually going to go back in with Bossy and go back over that crease. And it just cleans it up and adds back any of that depth that you might have lost, adding in those lighter shades to your eyelid. Now I'm going to go back in with Babe and I'm going to put it right here in between my eyebrow and the eyeshadow. And that is also just going to help diffuse the top of the eyeshadow so it looks way more blended and cleaner. I'm going to go in with Jeffree Star's Ice Cold. I'm going to take this nice flat tiny brush and I'm going to pop that right under my eyebrow bone. And I don't like to go all the way into my eyebrow. I mean, you can, but I don't. So I kind of just go here and then out, and not necessarily even to the very end. And then if you feel like maybe you got a little bit too crazy, just go back in with the same brush that you used, babe, to blend. And just lightly swipe. You don't even need to add more product to do that. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to add shadow to the under eye. And since it is our under eye, you want to use this small brush. So I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush. I'm going to go in with Bossy. And I'm just popping this right under my lash line. And I'm not going all the way to the inner corner. I'm going to take the middle of my eye, and then whatever's left, I'll just blend a little bit past that. Now I want to pop a light color into my waterline. So I'm going to take this NYX Wonder Pencil, and it's in the tone medium. And putting a light color into your waterline is going to make your eyes pop. So it's really good if you have small eyes. They are going to appear bigger if you put that in your waterline. If you put black liner in your waterline, you know, or completely cover your, line your eyes completely with black, they are going to appear smaller. So I'm going to take my Physicians Formula eyeliner pen, and I'm just going to lightly line the top of my eyes. So I curled my lashes, and I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. Okay, and now if eyelashes are your thing, pop on some fake eyelashes. I'm going to take my OCC lip pencil in Lydia. Now I'm going to take Lip Sense in Bella. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you next time. Bye!